Good morning, everyone. Uh, so today's class will be on more or less on primitive shapes in 3D modeling, and also I'll be discussing on split face features and Boolean operations also. Are there any doubts regarding with the last session? So you can discuss now itself. I guess there are 10 to 15 people are yet to come. So till then we'll be discussing on the doubts in the last session. You can unmute yourself and can ask any doubts regarding last session.
సార్ క్లాస్ కొద్దిగా ఫాస్ట్ అవుతుంది సార్.
ఫాస్ట్ అవుతుందా?
అవును సార్, అసలు
అంటే my intention was to teach all the commands, sir. So see, one thing is, for what I have got instruction is, so I have to cover. See, there are many online courses like Fusion 360 and CAD/CAM, Fusion 360 using CAE, Fusion 360 for manufacturing and all. So what their intention was is, every course has their limitations. So design has design features, manufacturing has manufacturing features. So what my intention was to cover all the commands. So I cannot teach by giving an example. See, some of the online courses, what they do is they can take an example, they do explain with an example. But in my course, it is not possible because there is very limited time for me. So what I thought is, let me explain all the commands. So you will be getting familiar with all the commands. Then, for taking support of your online courses in Coursera, Season 360, they will be giving some extra. I mean, taking an example, they will be explaining it. So you will be getting all the knowledge from Season 360. So that is what my intention is. So it should make some difference, right, from online courses to offline courses.
Okay.
So that is my intention. So okay, fine. I'll just make a course little bit slower. So if you have any doubt regarding if I explain any command, right away stop over there and you can just ask your doubt. Okay, don't wait till the class there itself. Okay. So okay, fine. I'll just start the today's session. Let me share. One second. Okay. Okay. So in the last class, I have gone through this module like create. So all these they can till mirror I have gone through. So let me go through these leftover features like thicken and boundary fill. Okay. So I'm not explaining surface modeling in this complete training program. So because surface modeling is a complete, it's a different modeling. I mean, it takes a different session itself. So I'll go only basic features of surface modeling. Okay. So let me take a see. The major difference between surface and solid modeling is surface does not have any thickness. It's a zero thickness. I mean, a negligible. We call it as a negligible thickness. It's called as a simple surface. So we take a surface and we'll add thickness, we'll get a simple solid model, or else we'll get a simple sheet metal component. Sheet metal has uniform thickness, whereas surface has, it can have different, surface modeling. First we will generate a surface, then we will add thickness so as to get into our solid modeling. Okay, so simply we will see this feature called thicken feature. So we'll make a simple surface, we'll create a simple surface, then we will add thickness to it, then we will see how could that particular surface look like. Okay, we'll go to create. See, all these features are just like your 3D modeling: extrude, revolve, sweep, loft, and patch and offset. Okay, so we'll just explore all these commands. So in surface modeling also you have the same create sketch. So let me create a sketch, go to the plane. I'll take in the surface modeling, you are allowed to have different splines and NURBS, all these things. So you'll learn all this in your theoretical subject CAD/CAM. What is meant by a spline, T spline, B spline, and NURBS, non-uniform rotational B spline. So everything you will be learning theoretically in your CAD/CAM subject. Okay. So I'll not go that deep into this. Just I'll make a simple spline over here. let's enter. If you want to change your shape and everything, you just control it with your tangency, continuity and everything. Okay, after this, just exit the sketch. I'll just extrude this particular spline. I'll select this one. Let's go to direction as symmetry. That means it extrudes equally in both the sides. Let's take it as 30 or 40, whatever the distance might be. Click OK. Okay, now this is a surface. As you can see, if I open this bodies, if I open this body, it is showing this meaning of the symbol is that is this is a surface. Okay, now we will turn the surface into a body. I mean to a solid model. Okay, let's come to solid model again and go to create and go to thicken feature. Thickness, you can add this. Now for this given surface, it is asking what thickness I need to give. Go with 2 mm, 3 mm or 5 mm, whatever it might be. For time being, let's go to 2 mm. Okay, now in your same extrude option, you have one side or else symmetric. Symmetric means it will add 2 mm on both the sides of the surface. Let me zoom in. Okay, the center part is my surface. It will add 2 mm this side and 2 mm that side. So click OK. Now see the difference. If I zoom out, now this is a solid body. Okay, this is a surface body. See, this is a surface which does not have any thickness. Hide the surface and show the body. Body has some thickness. This is of 4 mm thickness. That is how we make automobile parts, actually, like plastic parts. All the plastic modeling is related to surface modeling and also solid modeling combined. Okay, initially we'll design a vehicle or else any particular mouse and a phone, whatever, everything we will be designing in surface modeling. Later we will just go to solid modeling and we'll just add the thickness. That is how your products will be manufactured. Okay, that generally that is how we do. So you can check the symbol over here. Surface will be looking in an orange, your body will be looking in a solid white. That is the difference between surface design and body design. Both are considered as bodies itself. Okay, now if you turn this body, right click, create components from body, then that becomes a part. Okay, then component means in Fusion 360 it is a single part. Then you can call it as example, then you can call this one as a single part. All the let us call it as components now. So all the components combinedly we call it as assembly. Okay, in different softwares we call it with a different name. Okay, in over here it is solid modeling. In CATIA if you go, that is a part modeling. Okay, so you call that as part itself in one particular software. In other softwares over here you call this as a component. Okay, don't confuse between names ma. Okay, in Fusion 360 component means it is a complete part. Once you finish your complete part like extrusion, you do everything, then final body, right click, go to create components. Okay, then you will be finished with your complete solid body, solid element. Okay, fine. Now this is about creating using a thicken feature to create a single solid body. Let me hide this one. And next one option is boundary fill. Okay, for this same thing, let me go to surface, go to sketch. Again I'll create any some complicated shape like let me give this. Okay, let me create any given random surface. Can extrude. Let me finish the sketch and create another sketch on the same surface. or else on the same plane. I'm just creating a random sketch that does not have any meaning. Finish sketch. See, now what I'll do is I'll extrude these surfaces. Okay, this particular profile, I'll just extrude it. Create, extrude. Now I'll select this. I'll go with symmetry. Give a random value like 60 on either side. Now click OK. Now this is a simple surface. Now I'll also extrude this one. Symmetric. Give the value as 60 or some random value. Click OK. So now I have these two surfaces. Okay. Okay. These are my reference surface. That means I want to create a solid portion. I mean solid body. You mean in between this enclosure. Okay. Okay, now what I'll do, what stylers will actually do is they give this surface to you actually. This will be your input to your solid modeling. Then you have to create a solid uh, depending upon this particular surface. Now, if that particular styler changes this design, your body will automatically change. Okay, that is how product design will be going on. Okay, so now we will create a solid body by using these two surfaces, first surface and second surface. Okay, now go to solid. Now create two planes. I'll say why we are creating these two planes. Actually, we will create a plane which is 30 mm, or else let us say 50 mm above. Okay, let us see this plane. Okay, I'm creating a plane which is 50 mm above, and also another plane which is 50 mm below. Reference, I'll be taking the same center plane itself. Now I'll create another plane which is 50 mm in opposite direction. Okay, one plane above, one plane below, and one plane at the center. Go to create, boundary fill. I'll select body number, these two surfaces. Okay, and also plane number 1, 2, and also plane number 3. Okay, now what it is doing is, see, you can just check. I'll just pause it over here and you can just check. See, boundary fill, it is taking these two surfaces as a reference, and it is creating two different kinds of cells, like two different bodies, body number 1 and body number 2. Now this surface controls the curvature of the product, and your planes what I have created will control the height of this object. Okay, I have created, if I zoom in, I have created a plane on the top with 50 mm of height, and bottom I have created 50 mm a plane. Now if I click this became one volume, this became one volume. If I want to select this body, okay, if I select that one, it will create a body over here. Okay, I'll just come back and I'll repeat this object. Boundary fill, select first surface, select the second surface, select the planes which you have created. Okay, now what it will do is it will create a solid body between these. Now select the cells, which cells you need to turn that into a solid body. First one, if you select the first cell, it will turn that into a solid body, and if you select the second one, it will turn that into a solid body. Whichever you want, you can turn that into cells. Okay, remove tools is an option. Like, see, what tools I have created in the previous step. I have created a body, I have created two surfaces, and I have created 3 planes. Now if I make sure this option is on, those bodies it will be deleted, okay, and it will create a new body. Okay, I may, for time being, I'll untick this. I don't want to delete my surface, I want to work on that. Click OK. Now let me hide all these bodies. See, this is your final output. Okay, this is your final output. I mean, I have shown a simple example, but you can do it in 3D modeling itself. But what is the beauty of this one is this has a control on this particular surface. You will never get a input dimensions. Okay, so if you have a surface as an input, like in your online projects, what they'll do is, and sometimes in some complicated projects, what they'll do is he will give surface as an input. Okay, he will give all the surfaces and he will ask to create a solid model using these surfaces, right? You don't have to sketch it, you don't have to use sketch option. He will give this particular surface as your reference itself. Then this is the only option, boundary fill option, to create a solid element. Okay, these two surfaces will be given as input. He will not give the dimensions of your sketch and anything. Using these two surfaces you need to create a solid body, that is called bodify. Okay, that is how you need to do. This is one type of solid modeling. I mean, your actual product design would be like this. Okay, ma'am. So that is the use of this boundary fill option. Thicken and boundary fill, these are related to surface features. And create mesh and create mesh section are really complicated, so while that we will just eliminate, because that is tedious regarding surface design and all. If I teach stitch and operations and all, then those features are available with that stitch option and all. Okay, okay, for time being I'll just skip these two, create mesh and create mesh from these designs, because they are surface modeling tools. Okay, now starting from extrude to boundary fill, they are related to solid modeling tools. And now this is the basics of create. So I hope I have gone through everything, and this create PCB design and all those are electronics related some options. Okay, now we will go to modify option. See, this club feature, I'll just explain it in a separate module tomorrow. Okay, this club feature, and we will directly go to assembly design. Okay, so now let us go to a modify toolbar. Now in modify toolbar, first we will go with press pull. What is mean by simple press pull? Now I'll create a simple sketch on my front plane, or else on the bottom plane. Uh, Simply I'll make an what shape I could do. Okay, I'll make a simple shape like I have a keyhole or something. Okay, let it be 30 mm. I'll exit the sketch and I'll just extrude it. Let me give it as 40 or 30 mm. Click OK. Now this is a simple simple body, a simple sketch. Now what I'll do is I'll add before going to press pull, just go with fillet and chamfer. Okay, let's go with press pull. What this press pull means, initially I gave this one as 30 mm, right? Now I want to increase the size of this hole. Now what option is there to generally to increase the size of this hole? I have to go to sketch and I have to give dimension, or if you have to give that dimension, I need to check that and go give 40 mm, finish the sketch. That is how you actually do it. But in a project you have to modify this particular hole 10 to hundreds of times. Is there any other option to actually increase or decrease the size of this hole without touching your actual sketch? Yes, it is there. Your base sketch would be 30 mm itself. Let me control Z. Okay, let me enter a value of 30 initially. That is my fixed design. That is my initial design. Now what I'll do, I'll just increase this without disturbing my sketch. I'll go to press pull, click the surface and distance. If you have, I need to increase it by 10, let's say 10 mm. Now it has been decreased to 10 mm. If I give negative value, it is going inside and outside. Okay, click OK. Without disturbing my sketch, I have modified my entire dimension. Now press pull can also be used with fillets and chamfers also. If I have a fillet over here and over here, let the fillet be 2 mm. Click OK. Now there are fillets over here. Go to press pull. Now you have this option. If I want to have to 10 mm, so it will increase that by 10 mm. Okay, offset type. See, you have new offset and existing offsets in which direction you need to make. Okay, see, that depends on which direction you need to do actually. You can pull it in up and down direction to increase the thickness, and you can do sidewards to increase the size of the hole and everything. So that depends on your decision. Some people just want to increase the thickness without disturbing the size of this particular hole. You can do that. Okay, a minus and negative sign and positive sign indicates your direct, I mean, to give either direction. Okay, that is how without disturbing your sketch you can increase your dimensions. Now if I open my sketch, see, my sketch would be in 30 mm itself. The hole is 30 mm, but I have increased it, that's all for time being. If this design is the fixed and finalized, let it be. That is how you actually do go with press pull. Okay, that is about press pull command. And let us hide this. And next we have a chamfer and fillet and shell. So I'll be explaining all these three in one single go. Okay, so we'll just create a simple box. Let me go with this. See, if you are lost with that 3D sketch, okay, click this home button, click the center plane, go with 60 by 55 by 55. We'll go with the cube, even let us say 55 by 55 and 55. The cube with 55 as side dimension. Now let us see this fillet. See, fillet is a rounded corner that is called as a simple fillet. Always try to remember, while giving fillet, you have to give vertical fillets first. Vertical edges. Click this vertical edges and you have to give this vertical fillets. Okay. Then later on, click. Let me give the radius as 5 mm. Okay, 5. Let us increase it to 8. Click OK. And next, if you want to give fillet for the top surface, it will select as a single edge. See, it is directly selecting as a single edge. Okay, if I do it in an opposite way, see what it actually does is, see, if I do it in opposite way, 1, 2, 3, 4. I have selected the horizontal fillets first. Let me give this as 5 mm. Click OK. Now, if I want to make the fillet on the corners, see, again I have to select 1, 2, 3 and 4. See, it's already time taking task. Okay, that is not a proper way to give your fillets. That is why it is insisted that to get the perfect tangency, go to fillet, always give your vertical fillets first. 2, 3. Give a value like 8 mm. Click OK. Now again, if you select a fillet and if you want to give horizontal fillet, it will select as a single edge. See, now this became a boundary. Go to give it as 8 mm. Okay. Now you have few options to explore over here. Okay. See, if you observe in your iPhone, let us take an Apple phone. So if you see the edge of it, if you see the corner, you have two types of corners. One is setback distance and rolling ball type. See, most of those phones which manufacture rolling ball type, that is easy to get the code. Okay, let's see the setback distance, how the corner looks. Click OK. Right. Just select. Let me give the setback distance as 8 or 4 mm, or else rolling ball type. What is it not getting updated? Okay, curvature continuity. Go to that. Go to fillet. Okay. Okay. If you observe over here, if you don't give an extra radius, it will become as a simple setback corner. And if you go to rolling ball type and if you extend the radius, it will go to a rolling ball type. Okay, this is a normal, this is a rolling ball type. This is a simple. Okay, I'll give it as 8 to 9 mm. That is constant radius. Segment continuity and curvature continuity. Okay, I have just added this curvature continuity. Click OK. Visual style shaded with shaded. See, this is how you get your mobiles or some kinds of edges have different kinds of corners. This is called as a simple rounded ball corner. Okay, all the tangents will be joining at one particular face, and you have a tangency at curvature continuity at this particular corner. If you have tangent continuity, the shape might be changing. See, that is the major difference between your Chinese products and a normal product. See, your original design may have tangent continuity, and your Chinese products does not have the tangent continuity. They might end up with a different continuity. That is how you can change your design, but the design might not look the same. Okay, if you have tangent continuity, there is only less visible. I mean, you cannot notice that. Okay, but there will be a small change in your curvature that is not visible generally. Okay, we'll go to visual style, visible edges only. Okay, that is about a simple edge feature. And you have go to fillet and you have fillet number one, and without constant radius you have variable radius. Let me start the radius with 2 mm and end your radius with let us say 8 mm. Okay, if I do select the edges, okay, let me go with setback distance only. Okay, 8 mm. Okay, so repeat the same feature with all those. Let me give another radius which is 5 to 8 mm. click OK. Let me give OK. Let us click 5 and 8. We do the same, but I'm constantly changing my fillets. I'm not giving the same fillet to all the edges. So let me give 3 and let me give as 6. Click OK. Now my fillet is varying at a different. It is different at different edges. Now click OK. Now let me give this variable as tangency constant radius. Give this as 8 mm. Okay, 8 mm or 5. Click OK. See. Now you have different corners at different places. Okay, but this is actually primarily used in different scenarios. Like if you have surface design and you want to have a example, like if you have a knife, if you check the handle of a knife, it will be having a fillet at the bottom of the uh, at the bottom you have a different radius fillet, and the other side you have a different radius of fillet, so as to accommodate your hand actually. So they will take the reference of your hand, and so as to accommodate the knife with respect to your hand shape, it should have a different radius at different places. So at that scenario, this type of variable fillet can be used. Okay, and now coming to your chamfer. Chamfer is a simple angled corner. If you want to go 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now you give the distance as, see, you can control the distance of that as, let me give it as 4 mm, or let me give it as 10 mm. Okay, now it becomes like this. Okay, it is a simple chamfer. Without a rounded corner, you have a particular angle, and you can control the same thing with respect to angle also. Now look at, I'll just go to top view. In that particular top view, I'll just go and select the edges. Let me select the edges first. Let me give 10 or 45 to, okay. For example, this time being, I'll just go look at this surface array. What is this one? Okay, 1, 2, 4. Let me change the angle without 45. Let me go to 30 degrees. So it will make an angle of 30 degrees instead of 10. Let me go to 20. So you can control with respect to length, or length and angle, or else length with length. Okay, that is how you can control a simple fillet. If you go to distance and equal distance, you can get a 20 mm on all the corners, or else if you have only two distances, that means from here it is 3 mm, from here it is, let me take a single edge, without equal distance I have two dimensions, like the first dimension is 20 and the next dimension would be 30. Okay, so from here it is 20, from here it is 30, it is taking two distances. Okay, click OK. Now if you observe in the top view, see, it is not perfectly 45. If I extend this one, somewhere it would be around 30 degrees or so. Okay, but the distance from here to here, see, let me inspect, let me check the edge length, it would be 36.56, and let me check the distance of this one, 36.56. If you join this one, you'll get a 30-degree angle or some random angle. Yeah, that is how you control. If you, in your project, it depends on entirely on project. So if you give two distances, go with two distance. If you give angle and distance, you can give angle and distance. That is how you control these things. Okay, now let me quickly and go give a fillet to all the edges, and let me finish things off. Now I'll select all the edges. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll give a value of let us say 5 mm. Is it okay? Okay, now. Okay, now I have selected all the edges, and now I'm changing my corner type in a single instant itself. Now let me go to rolling ball. See, in the previous step I have shown this as rolling ball type, right? So this is how your normal fillet would be. Now instead of that, if I go with setback type, see, this is how your setback distance, like your Samsung Edge displays would be there actually. So you have now this is complicated. This is really complicated to manufacture actually, giving a setback distance. The major difference between setback and rolling ball is rolling ball has tangency between all the edges, but setback does not have tangent. Surface continuity. Curvature continuity with respect to the top surface. See, if you look at this particular edge, it does not have any surface continuity with this edge. Only these three edges have surface continuity. See, you can learn this G0, G1 and G2 continuity in your theoretical part. Tangent point continuity. See, G0 means point continuity, G1 means tangent continuity, G2 is curvature continuity. See, all these advanced features you'll be learning in your theoretical subject, what is meant by all these things. Okay. Now if I set it to rolling back, see, now this has tangency with respect to all the phases. Phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, edge 1, edge 2, edge 3. And then it will become a sphere over here, ball, or else it will create a sphere. Okay, that is the distance between difference between setback and rolling ball type. So observe carefully and click OK. Now in your figure, in your assignments, some people will be giving without showing your edges. So please make this kind of component. Then you have to observe what kind of fillet he has given. See, if you observe this one, this is a setback fillet. Then you have to give a setback fillet. Okay, so if I keep this edge the same, see, if I change my setback to rolling ball, click OK. See, there will be a small difference. Okay, not much, but small difference. You have to notice that. Okay, so that is how you get your designs and all. Now let me go through quickly. Visual style shaded with visual edges only. Okay, now change my fillet type to always. We generally go with setback only. That is really fantastic to look. Let me flip it. Okay, now this is a simple cube. Now I want to turn the solid element into a simple bucket shape or a simple shell element. Shell, it is name, it is coming from a simple eggshell. Eggshell, the meaning of shell is it is equidistant on all the sides. Okay, it is equidistant from all the sides. The thickness is same no matter what the surface is. Okay, now in order to make a shell element, I want to remove one face. In order to make a shell, you have to remove one face or at least minimum one face. You can remove 2 or 3 faces, okay, that is fine, but for this figure I need to remove this top face, and my thickness would be let me say it is as 4 mm as my thickness. Let me give 2 mm, that would be more better. Okay, if you observe carefully and just click OK, see, this is how your body would be. Now it is a hollow. Okay, this is how you make a simple bottle. If you have a water bottle, first you make a surface model, complete that into a solid model, then you add make it as a shell element. Okay, don't simply just go to your sketch and model it in sideways. You draw the cross section and don't revolve it blindly, then it is really hard to actually modify that particular sketch, right? So that is not the actual procedure. You have to model a given surface, right? Then you have to turn that into a solid model, then give a shell equidistant. See, now if I observe the thickness from the bottom, see, if I observe the thickness from the bottom, thickness from the sides, it is the same from all over the body. That is what a simple shell command means. Okay, you can do shell command in many other purposes, like if I have a box and let me show another
Hello,
yeah
sir.
yeah
సరే ఇప్పుడు పైన బాటమ్ నుంచి చూస్తే హాలో ఉంది కదా, ఇప్పుడు పైన ఒక ప్లేట్ పెట్టాలనుకోండి, మళ్ళీ సపరేట్ గా ఇంకో స్కెచ్ గీసి దాంట్లో ఐ మీన్ అసెంబ్లీ చేసినట్టు పెట్టాలా, లేకపోతే
ఇప్పుడు now if you want to close this face, now if you want to close this face, now you have to make that as a separate itself. Like example, see, the simple way is to make a mirror. See, if I have this now, let me go through that. Create, you have a mirror option, right? Now instead of faces,
Yes, sir.
go to bodies and select the entire body itself, and mirroring plane, you select the surface, click OK. Then this becomes a solid, I mean, see, if you hide those edges and
Yeah.
shaded, then this becomes a solid, I mean sorry, shell element.
Yes, yes,
If
yes,
you cut this, then this
yes,
is a
sir.
simple shell.
Okay,
Okay.
okay, sir.
That is how it can do. But generally we don't actually model this kind of structures because we cannot manufacture this, right? Without any opening, there is no such kind of elements, right?
Yes.
Example, even ball, complete, just like a plastic ping pong ball. Even that is the only application where we actually go with this kind of closed entities. Okay,
Okay, sir.
right. So we'll adjust only. Just press Control Z, Control Y. Okay, fine. This is my shell element, and this is how we can do. And next is draft. Okay. Mm, okay. Now let me draw a simple body. Sorry. Okay, create.
సార్
Yeah, ma.
అది షెల్ లోపల దాన్ని ఆబ్జెక్ట్ క్రియేట్ చేసి యాడ్ చేయొచ్చా సార్?
ఆబ్జెక్ట్ క్రియేట్ చేసి యాడ్ చేయడం
షెల్ లోపల
అంటే నౌ యూ వాంట్ టు పుట్ ఎనీ ఆబ్జెక్ట్ ఓవర్ హియర్ ఇన్సైడ్.
ఎస్ సార్.
Yeah, you can do it. Like example, if you want to create any web over here, you can create a web. In the last class I have explained to draw a straight line over here, na, a 4 straight line,
ఎస్ సార్.
and you can create a web over here, like rectangular one. You can create.
ఓకే
You want
సార్.
to show that right now? Okay, fine. Let me go it quickly and I'll just show it. I'll just create an offset plane which is just over here. On this plane, I want to create a web. On this plane, I'll just draw 2 or 3 lines actually. Let me go it quickly. One, let's escape. This is very slow. Okay, escape lines. Okay. Now create this web. Select 1, 2, 3, and 4. So now I'll give thickness as let us say 3 mm. Okay, let me click OK. Now is it okay? Now this became a
ఓకే సార్.
just like your what we call it carriage like we hold those Coca-Cola cans and all, right? That one you have to model in this way. Generally, ice cubes, containers, everything you can do it in either way. Okay.
సార్ ఇప్పుడు మనం ర్యాండమ్ గా వెబ్ గీసుకుంటున్నాం కదా, లైన్స్ గీసుకొని, ఇప్పుడు
Yeah.
సెంటర్ నుంచి ఒక ఎడ్జ్ కి మిడ్ పాయింట్ లో మనకి ఒక యాక్సిస్ వచ్చి లోపల రివాల్వింగ్ గా ఒక సిలిండర్ టైప్ ఏదైనా రాడ్ రావాలనుకుంటే మెజర్ చేసుకొని పెట్టాలా, లేకపోతే పెట్టిన తర్వాత
Generally these kind of web structures, we will go with mathematical form itself. Generally what we follow is, even though we do it blindly, this should be at least 1/4 the size of this one. See, in order to support this particular structure, all these 4 walls, in order to support, to add strength, generally we go with, let us suppose the length of this one is 100 mm, we go at least by 30 mm, we create a web 1/4 or else 1/3 minimum. So generally we follow that formula, and the shape of this web can be of your own design. That is not restricted to simple lines. You can draw hexagon, you can draw circle, whatever it might be. That is up to you. Just create simple line, circle, just do a web operation. You can do any shape, but generally we go with simple. I mean, if you go with circle and all those kind of things, manufacturing is really difficult. You have to keep in mind that how I'm going to manufacture these components. That is a major difference. If you have a die, right? See, one die cost is 1 crore to manufacture. See, the cost of the die is tool design and die design. One particular die, in order to manufacture and to purchase it, it takes almost 1 to 2.5 crore. It is the most costliest thing in your design. If you do design well, then it has to eject from that die. Whatever your component is there, plastic component, that should eject from the die. So if you make your web and your design, entire design complicated, so it is really hard to eject that particular design from the die. Okay? In the mass manufacturing. In a 3D printing operation, you can do one object or two objects. That is fine for prototyping. But in mass manufacturing, it is really difficult. If you want to manufacture thousands and lakhs of parts, your design should be simple. That's all. See, that is why your concept vehicles are really different from your actual production vehicles. See, concept cars almost have your particular curvature continuity, and it looks actually very different. And whereas your manufacturing, actual manufacturing and production cars are a little bit, uh, it does not have that particular curvature continuity. Only because the cost of the die is really high. You cannot manufacture that particular component because the prices will be high. Okay, you can do that. Is not a big deal. Okay, got the point? Okay, hope I have cleared your doubt. And now let's
create in a different shape.
Huh?
Of that shell is there, no sir. We have created a square shell.
Yeah.
Can we do it in a circular thing?
Yeah, you can do. So okay, let me go through. You want to take me as a cylinder, or else let me go with cylinder. You want to make a cylinder turn?
No. Inside the box itself, I want a circular hole. You just need to create a hole. That's it. Okay.
See, shell commands always it follows the shape of this box itself. See, shell. What the meaning of shell is? See, if I have this is a simple box, right? If I have a circular cross section, if I want to see example, I will just go it quickly. If I have a cylinder, right? Example. Let me do it. Okay. 35. Okay. Now, okay. Now I have a simple cylinder. Now, if I turn this cylinder into shell, what it actually happens is, if I remove this body, remove that only one face, and if I give thickness as 3 mm, see how it actually turned. It removed this face and it made a simple can for me. It made a simple can which is of 3 mm thickness. Now, what if I remove the bottom surface also? It will make a simple solid for me. Okay. That shell. If I remove the top face and also if I remove the bottom face and if I give 3 mm, click OK. Now it will become a simple hollow kind of structure. See, another example I'll give for shell is, you can completely have an idea, right? If I have let me create a box. Okay, now I have a box. Now what I'll do is I'll remove two faces. I'll remove this face. See, if I removed this face and I have given thickness, it became a closed entity, right? Now I'll remove these two faces. Okay, and now I'll give like example 4 mm. I'll give thickness. See what it has made. Okay, the shell option, what it actually does is it removes the faces in that particular direction. It takes the profile of
Equally.
this one and it will make a shell for me. If you remove the third side also, if you want to remove the third side, it will give a different shape for me. If I want to remove third one, click OK. It made a simple this kind of structure to me. That is what shell option is. Now this entire body, the thickness is 3 mm itself. Okay. So now clear with,
Okay.
I mean, what is the main purpose of this shell command? See, in order to make this kind of structure, you have to design a cube, then give shell option. Don't actually go with the surface. I mean, take a sketch, extrude it, take a sketch, extrude, take a sketch, extrude. So you have to get an idea that I have to make a cube, then I have to give a shell option of 3 mm thickness. It's finished. If there is variable thickness, then you can do press pull. Okay, if you go to press pull and give this face 3 mm, then apart from all the faces, this would be 4 mm apart. That's all. That is how, see, that is why I'm teaching all the commands. So now you have to have idea on all the commands. Now if you have to model that particular thing, see how many less number of steps you need to take. See, in order to get this shape, I have used only box and shell. I did not use any sketch. So if you use any sketch, you have to take 3 sketches and 3 extrude commands. Okay, that is how your design process should be, I mean, thinking process. Okay, got the point, ma? Okay. Now
Yes,
let
sir.
us go to for simple draft. Now let me press Ctrl Z. Okay, this is a simple cube. Now, if I look from the top, this is a simple cube that does not have any draft. See what this particular draft should be there in order to eject your plastic parts from your particular mold. Generally, draft angle more or less it would be around minimum of it can go up to 0.5 degrees to it can go maximum of 5 mm. See 5 degrees, maximum of 5 degrees. If the component is very large, then it is 5 mm. If the component is very small, then it can go up to 0.05 or 0.5. But some angle should be there that you can do it in draft analysis and all. Okay, that is about CAM manufacturing and all. So now let us add a draft angle to these 4 outer faces. Then let us look. See, initially it is the object is looking in this way, right? Now let me show if I add draft angle to these faces, what it actually looks like. Go to draft, first face, second face, third face, okay, fourth face. Okay, I have taken all these 4 faces. Now I am giving draft angle as 4 degrees. Flip direction, plane. Okay, this would be my parting plane. Okay, I mean parting plane, what does it actually mean is this is my reference plane. With respect to this reference plane, this is 4 degrees. See, if I observe from the side, see the angle is this one 4. Got what is meant by draft angle? See, if I make it 0, then it is a straight portion. Now, if you give draft angle, what it actually becomes is this is called draft direction. If I pull the object from this direction, it is easy to eject, right? Now, if I make it 0, let me make it 0, then this object is really harder to pull from the die. So that is why we give draft angle so that the ejection is simple. So generally maximum of we will give as 1 degree, or that is the most. See, we should not change that design actually, right? So draft angle more or less 1 to, generally we go with 0.5 degrees. The minimum draft angle should be there for each and every surface. See, even in your phones, they are not perfectly flat. All the plastic objects, they are not perfectly flat. They will be having some particular draft angle, like 0.1 at least. You have to give this draft mark. Okay, for time being, let me go with a bigger draft angle. Click OK, and this is your direction of draft. Now let me observe the figure from the top. This is how it actually looks. Okay, it is generally just like a V shape. If you pull the object, it will easily eject. That is why draft angle should be there for all the surfaces. Okay, that you learn in CAM modeling and all, what is meant by draft. Now you can give only for one phase, two phase, or three phase, or whatever it might be. This draft can be used in either ways now, not for only manufacturing, only just to add your shapes and all, you can just do it. If you want to have a only draft for one particular side, if you want to make this kind of shape, okay, see, if you look from the top, what it actually does is, see, in matter of seconds you can change the shape of this entire body. See, now if you look from the top, see, the shape looks in this way, just like your chisel, right? Your chisel, when you look from the top, these two faces will be having some draft angle, and if you rotate the object, this face will also be having some draft angle. This is how you make a simple chisel. In your examination exercises, he will be showing this kind of operations, this kind of figures and all, that will be having draft on two sides, and also you have to model this. So if you don't understand what is how to give draft, and you don't have knowledge on draft, then this kind of figure is really harder to draw. Okay, this kind of top view is only possible if you give draft. Without using draft command, this figure is impossible to draw. And again, you need to draw surface number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you need to draw all the surfaces and everything. Okay, and that is how you have to use draft command. And simply going to scale operation, you go to scale, select the entities, and select the point automatically it takes. Press, give the scale value as 2. It will increase the size and shape of the object to that many scaling factor. Scaling factor is half of it, or 2 times of it, 0.5 times of it, whatever it might be. Click OK. That is straightforward, a scale command. And combine. See, combine option. See, now if you observe, see, let me hide all the objects. Now if I have, let me draw quickly, let me take the side plane. I'll draw, this is of 50 mm diameter. Let me exit, and also create another sketch onto the side plane. Even that would be of 50 mm. Now exit. Now I need to extrude one particular sketch. Let me take this and extrude, make this as symmetric. Click OK. Now I want to extrude the sketch, distance one side symmetric. I'll just extend this one. Let me make it as new body. Click OK. Now if we observe, body number 1 and body number 2 are, these two are different bodies. Now if I want to combine this into a single entity, go to combine, select body, combine, click join. If you want to make a new component, make a new component, right? If you want to keep tools, that means keep tools means it will keep body 10 and body 11 as it is, and it will create a new component. If you don't want to keep that, just click OK. Now body number 10 is a complete solid element. That becomes a single body. Okay. Instead of that, you want to make that in the extrude step itself. Go to one symmetric object. Over here under operations, instead of cut, you have to click join, then click OK. Then this becomes a single body. Either you can use combine element, combine option, or else you can use boolean operation. Boolean operation means it is join, cut, or make it as intersect. Okay. See, if I use an intersect option, Control Z, let me show that even. See, if I extrude that by using symmetry, and if I want to intersect, right, click OK. Generally, this kind of shape is available to me. If you are confused with how could I model this particular component, now if I give an exercise of how to make this component, now this is really difficult. Now let me look as from the top view. Now this would be looking in your square cross section, and if you look from the side view, left or side view, then this will be as a circle. Okay, see, that is the beauty of this one. From one side it will look as a square, another side it will look as a circle. And if I give front view and top view, I won't give any isometric view. Could you model this particular component? Then that is really hard, very hard to imagine. So now it is okay, fine, I have said, then you are coming in a, I mean, forward procedure. If I give reverse, if I give front view and side view, then that is really hard to imagine. Then the only thing is you have to understand, okay, cross section from the side is circle, and I have to extend that. If I combine these two circles, I mean two cylinders, you will get this kind of shape. You have to know, you have to have knowledge on solid combined solid. Okay, in another softwares you call it that as solid combine. Okay, over here it is called as simple intersection. See, that is the difference between a professional and also a professional CAD designer and also a normal CAD designer. See, only thing is everyone knows all the tools. See, again I repeat, everyone know all the tools, ma. Only difference is how you actually think, how you actually understand a perfect 3D model, how you interpret and how you imagine. That is what matters a lot in 3D modeling. It is not that you have you know all the tools and you have everything in your hand. You have software, you have every, you know every tool, how to model this and that. But only thing is you have to have the knowledge and imagination. Okay, this is one of the toughest, easiest but trickiest in design modeling. See, this is what I have faced in my interview questions in my jobs and all. He has given this kind of structures. See, if you have a rectangular cross section instead of circle, you have rectangular cross section, then that would make really tough for you. See, let me go through that and finish things off. If you have a simple square, let me go to center rectangle. Now let me exit the sketch, and if you extrude, take this one and make it as symmetry. Instead of cut, I'll be intersecting these two components, and that becomes a simple cylinder. Okay, that is how it is. Okay, so that is about your combine option, and offset face is also will be working like press pull command, so you have to make that. So now quickly I'll go with replace face. Now I'll just hide all these sketches. Where is my sketch? Just hide all these sketches. Okay, now let me go to home. Okay, now I'll go with create, and is there any rectangular body available for me? Okay, fine. Let me take this as an example and go to surface and go to sketch. I'll create. Do I have any object? I'll create a plane, an offset plane, somewhere in the middle, somewhere at the top portion. I'll create an fillet. Okay, this is enough for me. Click OK. Now for onto this surface. Let me create another plane which is an offset of this plane. Okay, now I'll create a sketch. Now I'll go to spline and I'll just create. Okay, this is enough for me. Now I'll just extrude this sketch symmetrically. Click and make sure this is a new body, it is not combined. This is a new body. and let me fine. Now go to solid, modify, and replace face. Click OK. Now let me hide the surface. See, this is how it looks. Okay. So what you are essentially doing over here is, with respect to some given surface, you are actually cutting. I mean, you are actually making a simple cut. Okay. So now even if you have this particular surface, and now what I'll do is I'll add some thickness to it. Thicken. I'll make sure this has let us take 2 mm. Click OK. Now if I rotate this object, see, this is how you actually get. If you want to make a solid body, this you have a surface. See, this is an example of your headlight assembly. In your plastic bodies or headlight assembly, you have a surface on the top and you have a bush, or else you have a nut kind. I mean, in order to accommodate some internal features, we call that as there will be some name. Okay, that omega clips, or else if you open your plastic objects, you have bosses and secondary features. So this is your top surface and this is your bottom surface. In the bottom, this is called class A surface, and you have class B surface. In this class B surface, you will be having all the fixtures. Like if you want to fasteners, if you want to have a hole on it, you can take a hole and you can just make a simple cylinder. Let me take this face and you create and you just make this and height, diameter, yes, make a cut of, make a new join. Okay, click OK. Onto this face you can add your threaded holes and everything. Take a hole, you create a face, make sure this is centered, and you create a simple hole and you go with threads and everything. Okay, that is how you create. This is your face and this is you, this would be your boss, and this would be your threaded hole. So onto the opposite surface you will just thread that into your bodies. Okay, that is the beauty of this replace face. What it actually does is it replaces your solid element with respect to some given surface, or else if you want that surface to be included into your model, that is how you actually get. Okay, that is how these are some little bit complicated structures. The basic use of this replace face is to make a surface cut. Okay, so the next option would be split face. Okay, now let me take an example of a simple mouse. See, you have a mouse, example, in your hand you have a mouse. If you observe that particular mouse, you have one surface on top of it. Like if you click that particular surface, that is a single object, right? That is an example of, in order to create that, you need to have an option called split face. Okay, okay, now let me create a simple sketch. Let me create a simple solid element. Okay, I'll take this face. I'll just go quickly and create okay, let me create a sample mouse over here directly. Go to spline option, create one, sorry. Okay, press enter. I'll change the shape of the mouse. Okay, click exit. Now I'll just extrude it in symmetrical direction. Okay, what is the value of it? Okay, so it is 30. Overall, it is 60. Okay, fine. Let me rotate. Okay. Okay. Now again, what I'll do is take a simple sketch. Again, I'll create at the bottom or on this face. Zoom out. I'm just making a random shape of a mouse. No? Okay. Press enter. Just finish my sketch. So I'll go to surface and I'll try to extrude it. It might not come actually. Okay. So I'll make that as symmetrical. See, just observe the steps, ma. Just I'm making a simple mouse and I'm just see, in order to get your what you call it that as mouse left click and right click, I'm just making the shape of it, that's all. Okay, a random shape without any dimension and all. This is my surface and this is my solid. Do remember that this is my surface and this is surface and this is solid. Now I want to make that buttons like left click and right click buttons, right? That is what I'm making. So just observe the procedure. So now I have created a solid. I've created a surface. I mean, how would my left click and right click buttons would be? Just a approximate surface. Now what I'll do is I'll go to split face. Where is the split face? Now I'll try faces to split. This is the one I want to split. With what surface I need to split? With respect to this surface or else the body 10. I'm sorry, it's not this. What is the body 12? Okay. With respect to this body, I need to split. Extend splitting tool means it will just extend from top to bottom equally and click OK. And I'll just hide the body number 12. Now see what it has created for me. Initially, this surface is a single surface. Am I right? See, let me hide this body. Okay. What it made is, this is a single surface in the previous case. Now what it has done, it has splitted, it splitted this particular surface into two. This is one surface and this is second surface. Got the point? It has splitted my surface into two. With what shape? With my given surface. This is my given surface. This is my reference surface. With that particular reference surface, this made that into split into two equal halves. Okay. Now what I'll do, I'll just go to create and I will make sure this is thicken. For this, I'll select body number 12. I'm sorry. What is the surface? Body number 12. Okay, I'll just create thicken. Right. Where is this body? Okay. Make sure I'll just split face with surface. Faces to split is this one, and splitting tool is this one. Let me create a face split. Let me hide the body one and also fine. This is my splitting surface. Now what I'll do is go to surface. Over here we have gone through sweep option, revolve option, and finally we'll go with patch. Patch, what it actually makes is it extracts a surface from this one. Now what my intention is to make a left click and right click buttons, right? Now I want to extract this surface, right? I'll make sure boundary, I'll select this one, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, ninth. All these edges I'm selecting in order to make a single surface. Make sure this is a new body. Click OK. Now what? I'll just hide the solid body. Now what it actually did is it has extracted a respective portion from my entire solid body. Got the point? Okay, for appearance, let me. Okay. Just go with. See, these are just decals. Okay, so plastic body or just face designs. Where are my appearances? Fabric gray or light brown. There are no. Okay, fine. So generally we go with a simple surface. Let me change the color and everything. So what we actually do is we go to this surface, this particular surface, and we'll click this surface, and we'll just go to solid modeling, and we'll just add the thickness to it. Now if I click this, go to non-symmetry, one side. Okay. I'll go with 1 mm or 2 mm, -2, in order to get that into reverse side, -2. Click OK. Now if I hide this
సార్
body,
సార్ అది ఎక్స్ట్రూడ్ చేయలేమా
extrude surface we cannot extrude.
ఓకే ఓకే
See, surfaces
ఓకే డైరెక్ట్ సాలిడ్ ఉంటే
surfaces na you can extrude only sketches. ఇప్పుడు sketch ని extrude చేస్తే what you will get? You get a surface. Surface ని extrude చేస్తే you does not get anything. That is what the surface ని extrude చేయడమే what it means is thickness, adding thickness. That is called extrusion of surface.
ఓకే సార్
Extrusion of surface is nothing nothing but it is thickness. Okay, now if I make now you can see if you observe this kind of shape now this is your buttons and this is your mouse. So I'll make sure they are hidden. Body number 14. Okay, see, this is how you get your mouse structures and all. Okay, this is your mouse and these are your left click and right click buttons. See that even a simple mouse, this is a plastic structure, but in order to design that it takes quite a lot of understanding and lot of steps to actually model your mouse, because that is a surface modeling. That is why surface modeling is really tough, and that is how your automobile design is really tough. So that is how, see, that is how you get your split surface, split into two different bodies. Split face command. See, you can just simply split your faces into two equal halves and do whatever you want. I have just shown an example just how to split your faces and do that. And next is splitting body. Splitting body is splitting a body into two equal halves. That's all. That is as simple as such. Let me go quickly and create a surface, create a plane. With respect to this plane, I'll create. See, I want to split this particular mouse exactly at this particular plane. Okay, this plane is somewhere lying at 1/4 the distance of this mouse. Now what I'll do is go to modify, split body. I'll just select body to split this one and select splitting tools as this as my splitting tool. Extend splitting tools. Splitting tools, where is this plane? Okay, this has my splitting tool. Now what it actually does is it splits my mouse into two equal, wherever this plane is lying, it will split, it will cut your body into two equal halves. See the body, this is body 15. See, observe, I'll just hide that body 14. See, body number 11 is this one, body number 15 is this one. Did you observe the change? Two equal halves. Okay, that is how you do a parting line. See, after doing your entire design, now you want to make a parting line, like you have in your casting process. You want to split your body into your part into two equal halves. How to do it? This is how you actually do it. Go to modify, split your body. That is how you do it in a simple way. Split your entire body or part into exactly two equal halves. This is one and this is two. Now combinedly you will make a simple design. Okay, and Shallot split is splitting by using your edges. I mean, if you have a body like let me have a simple body, let me have a simple box. You just extrude it, modify Shallot split, and view direction would be this. Target body would be this one. Okay, click OK. What it actually does is, with respect to this edges, it will split into body number two bodies. Okay, this is one and this is two. You can create a plane and you can just do it in either way, right? I did not create any plane over here, but I have created only a simple split, that's all. Okay, and move, align. See, these are related to your what you call it as free-form modeling. While I teach assembly, we'll go with move and copy. See, move and copy is nothing but see, just move your object and
Sir, multiple splits చేయొచ్చా ఒకటేసారి?
multiple splits you can do, but it is really complicated. I mean, if your surface is a simple box, you can do it. If you have two planes, you can do it. But if you have a complicated structure, then it should accommodate all your fillets and everything. See, generally, splitting body, when we will actually do is, with respect to some surface, see, replace face and split body works the same, right? ఒక సర్ఫేస్ తీసుకొని you want to cut that body with respect to that surface, కట్ చేయి directly, that's all. ఆ surface in a shape you will get onto that particular body. You want to replace, same. Replace అయినా split body అయినా works the same. What it does is, it will నేను with respect to plane చేశాను. You take a surface, see, like in this example, in the previous example I have shown, right, in the body number 6, where it is, this one over here. See, over here what I have done, I have taken a surface and I have split that body into two equal halves. In this, and I have replaced that face. Instead of replacing that face, you actually cut that. Okay, so I'll make sure my body is on, which is, I'll show that body. See, this is my one face, this is my body 16 or body 15. Okay, fine. Now I wanted to cut this body with respect to this particular surface or anything. Split body, body to split is this one, and the splitting tools are my this surface. Extend that wherever it is necessary, click OK. Now what it actually does is, it is splitting my body into two equal halves, but with respect to that given surface. See, I'll hide this body number 15.
Yes sir, yes sir.
But this is quite complicated.
అంటే మనం ఇంకో ప్లేట్ చేసుకొని విత్ రెస్పెక్ట్ టు దట్ రిప్లేస్ చేస్తే వచ్చేది టూ స్ప్లిట్స్.
Yeah, see, replace and split. See, these two are different commands. So, replace lo emoutundi, your second object is lost. See, body number 16, right? Body number 17 is there, and body number 14 is there, or some other. See, this is how you get. If I combine these two, that will become a complicated shape. You cannot understand. Replacing means it will replace the surface. Splitting means it will just split your surface into two equal halves. And ఈ బాడీ నా దగ్గర ఉంది, ఫస్ట్ హాఫ్ ఉంది, సెకండ్ హాఫ్ ఇస్ దేర్. ఇన్ రిప్లేస్ ఫేస్ your first object is lost, and one part of the body is lost. See, example, if I go to body number 6, or where I'll just hide everything. So go to body number 6 or somewhere where it is body number 7. If I want to have the second half, where the second half is gone, it is not there actually with me. See, if I click body number 8, it is some different body. Meeta half ఏమైపోయింది, it is not there, right? It has replaced that face into this.
Yes, sir.
That is the difference between split face, replace face and split body. Both works the same. One, it retains the second half. Replace face, it does not retain
It
the second
doesn't
half,
retain.
it replaces.
Okay.
That is the difference between split face and split body. Split body and replace face. Split face. All the three works the same, but combinedly you can create your own designs. But the surface designs, what it actually does is, if I give an exercise to you to do this particular shape, if I give front view, top view, see, this is your top view, I will be showing that into top view. This is your side view. Then how do I get this isometric view? See, that is really tough. If I show this body and make you to draw, make you to please model this particular body, then it is, you'll bang your head. How to get this particular shape? See, if you look from either side, this is of different curvature. If I look from this shape, it is of different curvature. Now how do I get that? So that will be a really tough task. If I give this one, if I combine these two now, it would become a different body. Let me combine for body number 14 and body number 17, right? And make sure this is joining and create, and this becomes a new body for me. Body number 17 is a new body, number 14 is a new body for me. Now if I want to make sure this is let me assume that this is a new mouse design. Let me assume that, right? If I hide visual style with shaded, right, this becomes a cool kind of your different shape. Now if I give this as an exercise to you, and if I say to model, then that is a real tough task for you to reverse think. See, over here, to forward think is really easy, to design it is easy, to copy it is really tough. See, that is what out of your engineering is. So all these models are, see, in your design, actual design in your company, what you actually do is, you don't design a real component. Okay, that is a job of a styler. See, styler, what they do is, they take a sculpt feature, they do a random design, they get it, they extract that surface, and you throw that design onto your design engineer. What they do is, they will extract that particular surface, and using all these options, they redesign that particular mouse. Input to a design engineer or as a CAD designer is a simple surface, and from that surface you have to make a solid model. That is how tough your CAD modeling is. In your training, you would be given a simple solid model, or please model that you are given with the dimensions, you can do it. Then whenever you don't have any dimension, but you have to exactly match that solid model onto this particular surface, then that is really tough. That is why automobile design is really tough. See, all this plastic design, that is how you get. So this is how your surface, this is the basics of surface. I did not go that deep into this surface. Now you can assume what is a difficulty in surface modeling. That is why CATIA is really tough. Why everyone does not use CATIA, because that is surface modeling. That is why automobile aerospace design is tough, and automobile design is tough. You have to have imagination, that's all. That is, I don't say that is really hard to learn. You have to have imagination, that's all. If you understand by experience, I can know that, okay, fine, he has created a solid, So if I look at from the left view, then I need to make a spline exactly over here. Okay, and I'll explain what in your Sketcher workbench now. In order to extract this particular spline, what I'll go is I'll quickly go to create sketch and I'll select side face. Now what I'll create is project. Say I have missed this module, right? Project and intersect commands, right? Now we will project this body onto my plane. I'll click this project. I'll select geometry as body number 14. I'll select geometry as this one. Project link. Okay. Now, if I hide my body, see, it will be extracting the shape and spline of that particular body onto my given plane. Okay. Now, make sure all these are construction elements. Now, with respect to this construction elements, you draw a spline. Now you got a reference points, right? Then use చేసుకొని you have to design. Now I'll just delete all these things. Again I'll explain.
Okay. So
there is a background.
Complicated enough, you must project it, sir.
Yeah, project. See, Shiva, I guess
Project.
Shiva is there in the class. So he has asked one doubt. So sir, is there any option to copy a sketch onto my existing surface? Like
Yeah.
I have an existing sketch. Let me show that particular sketch number 12. So that sketch number 12 is then another particular body. Now I need to copy that into this and make that into construction. Now what I'll do, see, if I don't have the sketch now, what I'll do is create project, go to project, I'll just select this surface, I select all my given edges, click OK. Now if I hide that particular body, now I'm getting that particular spline. Now I'll turn this spline in. I don't know the control points of the spline. Now I'll turn that into construction elements. Now with respect to this becomes my reference surface now. Reference line. Now on this surface, now I'll make a reference spline. Now I'll make sure, now I'll adjust it. See, there is a gap, right? Now I'll make sure this will be matching with my reference. So that is how you need to do. Almost you need to match exactly. Try to match it and exit the sketch and exit the sketch. Now you got the spline exactly. Now go to surface and you extrude it. Extrude your spline and you do it in symmetry. Click OK. Now you got the shape of this particular body number 14, right? That is how you actually copy. Chinese copy, right? Put your mouse in your 3D scanner. See, example, if you have a phone and if you want to make a 3D what you call it, 3D printing case. Now your phone, you don't know the dimensions of your phone. Now what you will do is you put your phone into a 3D scanner. It will get a surface of this kind of surface it will get. Okay. Now extract this face. Go to your sketch, use intersect or else that project command. You'll get the spline and you extrude it and you do the modeling and you model a phone case. That is how these Chinese people or else any other manufacturer would make this phone cases or else any other components. Like example, in your car you have a bumper. Yeah, to that bumper you have additional components going on, right? Your headlight design, on your headlight there will be some plastic elements like headlight guard and everything. Those are third party elements, but they will be fixing it exactly, right? How do they do actually? Do they have any dimensions of that automobile? No. They put that automobile into a 3D scanner. They'll scan that. They'll get this solid dump model. Onto the dump model, they'll just extract those sketches and they'll just extrude it and they make those components and all. That is how your design engineer does. Okay, I guess this is a very long session. So we'll take a pause and we'll just stop it over here. So this is about modify feature and create and sketch. So almost I have covered all the elements. Okay, so I think I've created a lot. So in your next class, we'll try to experiment with Sculpt. Okay, this is really fun to play. Okay, this is what you actually want from me. So that is what your sculpting design means. Okay, I'll just quickly go through that in next class, and we'll just add the material to given components. Okay, we'll just turn your bodies into components, and we'll add material, and we will just go to it. And finally, we'll just assemble the component, and we'll just do a simple simulation. Got that point, ma? If there are any doubts, you can just ask to me right now, ma. Or else just you go with the practice, go to practice, and see if you have any doubt, just rewind the. That is why I'm giving you this recorded session. So n number of times you just repeat it, go to it, and just rewind, and you can make use of it. Okay. So now
Sir,
we are good to stop this session, right?
sir,
Come on, right?
సార్ యాంగిల్ ప్లేట్ తయారు చేయడానికి మన డ్రాఫ్ట్ మళ్ళీ షెల్ యూజ్ చేయొచ్చా?
Angular plate.
ఎస్ సార్.
Yeah, you can do it, ma. Let me show.
లేదా స్ప్లిట్ బాడీ యూజ్ చేసి కూడా కట్ చేసుకోవచ్చా?
Split body కూడా you can use it. After splitting, you can use draft command. See, for this one, if I want to make ఇది ఒక angular plate అనుకోండి. Now this is a solid element, right? Now I'll make this as a shell. I'll remove the top surface and the bottom surface. Top and side one, I'll just remove it and I'll give thickness as 2 mm. Click OK. This becomes a single angular plate of thickness 2 mm. Like your engine for engine case, like in your SAE or something, you have a engine and you make a solid around that particular engine and you turn that into this shell element. Finally, you will get the top cover of it. Okay, first initially it is a solid and turn that into a solid element, right? That is how you actually do it. See, if you want to make it even complicated, what you might do is add your fillets. That becomes a very easiest thing to do. Add your fillet and you can go up to. I'm making this really tough to actually understand, and you just okay, this is my shape, and now what I'll do is go to shell element. I'll remove these two faces which are not necessary for me, and I'll give thickness as 2 mm. Just click OK. Now what it became? It became a cool mudguard, right? Tire we'll have a mudguard, right? So it became that type of element. Now if you look, it will be as a surface, as if I have done I have made use of any surface design to make this component. No, I have used only solid modeling tools and have used any simple fillet, and I have used shell command. So now the cool thing is you just make use of this mirror. So select the body and you select this for mirroring plane as this one. Click OK. Now you got this cool tire mudguard. Got the point? And you make different cut and
Yes, sir.
web structures. See, even you to look even more complicated, you make web into this, you'll get a more complicated structures. See, easy. See that you can go. That is your imagination is really limitless. Okay? Do practice all of those things, but you cannot learn. I mean, you have to have imagination. You have to keep all those commands in your brain. And if I give any exercise, see, if I give an exercise to model this component, and if it is really tough, what could I do this? You'll take a circular cross section, you'll extrude it, and you'll make extrude that, and you will make some cool things. And but you don't get. See, if I look from the top view, but this is really having a draft to it. Okay, that is really hard to obtain generally if you follow. Okay, so do think twice. I mean, how you actually model those components and all. It is all about your imagination. Ma. Got the point? And are there any doubts, ma? Need to clear?
Surface command.
Surface commands, huh? Okay, fine. Okay. See, if I have explained over surface commands, only few I can explain, because if I want to explain, I have to explain everything. So, okay, fine. Whatever I have explained. See, surface command, what it actually does is, see, extrude. Extrude. What it does, you have a simple sketch. Take a plane, sketch it, and if you have any, so I'll make a simple, complicated, or else some random shape I'll be making it. Okay, I'll just change my shape and I'll just finish my sketch. This is your simple profile. Now what I'll do, I'll just extrude it to make a surface. Click OK. I'm making a simple surface. Now to this surface, what I need to say, see, this patch and everything are to create, to extract any surface from a given entity. Okay, creates a planar 3D surface. Now if I want to extract patch, if I want to close this surface, it made a simple patch. Click OK. Now what it actually have done is, it created a closed entity, closed surface, and that design. Now to make it even more complicated, what I'll do is go to solid and surface. Now is this a body? Okay. Now what I'll do is, I'll add the thickness to it to make a solid element. And go to surface design, and you have see, sweep, loft, and everything. See, loft is, I have explained in the last class, just like your 3D, I mean 3D model. You have different shape. Like example, let me construct another. Just go to previous step. Okay, I have this sketch. Okay, where is the sketch now? Okay, the sketch is almost. Let me unhide the sketch. I'll go to construction element, and I will take another plane which is at a different height. On this plane, I'll make another surface. I'll take the same spline itself. Some random shape, and more or less it contains the shape of it. Okay, and now I'll just try to loft it. Loft. I'll try to select the first one and try to select the second one. Right, is it looking cool? So that is how you make use of these surface designs. Now to make it even more complicated, what I'll do is, I'll take a surface, I'll take a surface modeling, and I'll take a sketch onto the side plane. Let me get this. Okay, onto the side plane. Now what I'll do is, take another spline. I'll make use of, see, I don't know the points. Now I'll make use of intersect command. Intersect, and I'll use this as intersect. Click that. Now you are getting these 2 points. What those points meant is, wherever this plane is intersecting with this sketch, you will get those 2 points. Okay, that is the purpose of this intersect command. Again, go to intersect. I'll select the bottom sketch. Click OK. Now I got those 2 points. Now what I'll do, I'll select the first point, I'll select the second point, third, fourth, fifth. Press enter. Click OK. Now I got this particular shape. Yesterday I have said that these are guide curves. Okay, these are called guide curves. Now onto this guide curves, loft. First one, second one, See, now over here guide type rails are there na? Rails. I'm selecting this one as my guide rail. See how did it actually turn my shape into. This is called guide rails. Got the point? Click OK. These are called guide points. Now go to solid, create, and go to create, thicken, select the surface, give negative or some value 2 mm thickness to it, hide all your bodies. Now this is your 2 mm thicken surface. Okay. Now you add your now I'll make a simple sketch onto this plane. Now I'll just go with these random lines. Finish that. So now what I'll do is I'll create web. So what I'll create is go to web option, take all these lines 1, 2, and 3. Some complicated things are going. Okay, Fusion 360 I got hanged. Okay, press escape. Okay, go to create web and take a single line. Okay, I think that is really tough for that to make actually. Okay, this is a complicated shape actually, irregular shape, so it could not make any given spline. Okay, so if you make it with clear dimensions and all, so you make all these web kind of structure, so you'll get a complicated surface design and everything. Now this is a irregular shape, I did not take any dimensions. Okay, example your seat, example your cycle seat, your bike seat, and everything. Your seating design more or less would be looking in this way. So you have top surface, bottom surface, you have guide rails and everything. Underneath that you need to make a web portion, you need to follow this kind of procedure, but that should have proper dimensions. Okay, so now I don't have dimensions, I've created randomly. Got the point? So this is about your simple surface design and combining the surface design with solid model, you will get all these kind of structures. Okay, ma?
Okay.
That is about your surface. So my surface is vast. I cannot teach it that in only 1 week. So if I have any further more time, I'll just go with that surface design. So for with this, I have completed your create and modify almost. So tomorrow we'll go with create form, your sculpt and your basics of assembly. Okay, so we'll just wind up the class by enough. Are there any other doubts, ma? Okay, just to practice those sessions. So if you have any doubts, we'll just take up that by tomorrow morning. Okay. Okay. Thank you.